We're now almost about the end of our track, and the last speaker for today, for this track, is Hedren Sum, who will be sharing with us about using WordPress for interdisciplinary research. Hedren is a librarian at Nanyang Technological University. And he works very closely with the faculty in several research teams as collaborator, providing research assistant and building digital collections. He's also a fan of using array digital tools in his work to visualize and communicate information. Let's welcome Hedren.
Okay, it's been a long day, but it's all good. Okay, so I'm Hedren once again. I'm actually a new media and design librarian at NTU. Okay, so together with my colleagues and my team, we have been designing and developing a lot of different types of blogs using WordPress. But for me, in particular, I'm actually focused on creating showcase blogs, which includes digital archives and digital collections. Okay, so these are actually some of the screenshots. Right, it ranges from collections of digitalized materials, right, to research materials, as well as a repository of creative student works. Okay, so these are the different types of projects. So in recent years, whether it's by observations or by statistics, right, we actually realize that there's significant increased demand of interdisciplinary projects or projects becoming interdisciplinary. Okay, so this is actually, I just did a little search on Web of Science, which is a citation database. For those who do not know, it's basically a repository of, how should I describe this? That stores key metadata, key details of published papers, right? And found that there are about close to 47,000 papers. Okay, as early as 1951, and since 1991 onwards, you can see a steep upslope. Okay, that have the word interdisciplinary or similar in the titles. So today, in my presentation, I'll be covering this very mouthful kind of topic, interdisciplinary research. Okay, what is it? How we use WordPress in this area? Okay, what are the roles that were played in such projects? I'll be using one of my ongoing projects, okay, which is called the DIHA Digital Archive. Ongoing means work in progress. Okay, so this is actually the main page of the Digital Archive. So just to give you some background, DIHA is short for Digital Intangible Heritage of Asia. It's actually a research and development cluster at the NTU College of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences. Okay, collectively, it actually brings together projects, okay, that of course bring together people from different disciplines, right? We have linguists, artists, designers, computer engineers, okay, librarian like me, okay, etc. Right? And the main focus is on conservation, interpretation, and access of knowledge that is generated from these projects. Okay, so just to give you some background, let's watch a video. Okay, just to share.
dia tu akan menjadi anak itu dia. Ende betul kini ya. Tapi kalau Rofin dah hasil mana ikut.
So actually, this is a glimpse of of just one project itself. Okay, it's actually all about the professors, the researchers going to the field, right, gathering data, right, and they are from different backgrounds, doing different things. Okay, right. So you manage to see a few of the people that is involved in such an interdisciplinary project like this, right? And in actual fact, this one project consists of about more than 30 people working on this, including artists, designers, right, students, project officers, etc. Well, I mean, when you talk about interdisciplinary projects, it's not just about having a collection of people, right, with various skill sets coming together and work on something. It's really about synthesizing, right, of different approaches, moving into a certain direction together, right, and then creating something really unique. So different faculty or researchers, they have a different way of conducting their research, right? Some are more complex, whereas some are more straightforward. Okay, so the key question here is that how can we actually embed all these different approaches all into one place, right? Right. In other words, what are the roles can we play? So essentially, it all started off with communication. Right, speaking to all of them, understanding their work, understanding their approaches, what is possible with WordPress, what is not, right? And of course, since it's an interdisciplinary project, we can expect that there will be different outputs in multiple different formats, right? So we will then, next step, okay, we will then actually look into the different project assets, right? Synthesize them, and then work on the block design as well. Okay, work on the block design and development. Okay, what is the metadata structure? Okay, and this is where paper prototypes are extremely important when we doing brainstorming or communicating with the relevant researchers in charge. Right. Then of course the last stage, right, is actually to look at what are the different relationships can we form from all these different assets. Okay. That's why we curate, and we can actually target a different audience or different scenarios if there are. So the information structure for this DIHA digital archive is that for the main site, okay, it actually contains a listing of different projects, right? This is where you can look at the different. Of course, we can also list the different assets generated. A project can have a subsite where it pulls together the project assets, and each asset have their own post which contain the details. Okay, so here you can see that actually WordPress can be used to create many different layers of content, right, from the main page all the way down to the asset level. Okay, and for this archive, we actually use these technical components. Okay, when we are designing and developing this digital archive, we actually have a mindset that this block can be maintained by somebody who may not be that well versed with WordPress. In fact, don't even know HTML or CSS. Okay, which is highly possible in an academic environment. Okay, so that's why we are particularly careful about what the theme that we use, what the features that we program, etc. Essentially, it's all about maintenance. So we actually use Blocks.NTU, which is the university-wide WordPress platform that we have, and it's also hosted on Campus Press, right? And the theme that we use is Divi theme, right? Because you have a page builder, and the key plugin here is Formidable Forms, right? So in the next few slides, I'll be sharing about how all these technical components work together. Okay. So once again, this is the main site, where it's actually developed using the page builder, right? We can actually, using a page builder can actually allow us to create layouts, customize layouts fairly quickly, right? And of course, I also use page builder sometimes to create prototypes as well, right? Other than paper prototypes, you convert them using a page builder like this right? Save it as draft, and then you can show it to somebody. Okay, right. And this main site is also like a aggregator, that pool projects and assets generated under DIHA. Right, so it's very similar to the course blocks or as shared by Joan and Vishaka earlier, right? One main block and then sub blocks. Okay, so this is a similar concept. So this is a listing of all the different projects. Just now that video you have seen is actually belonging to this project over here. Okay, each of the project will have a like a little snapshot. A page that contains a little snapshot that contains the main description, right? And all these fields are being added to a form created using a formatable form. Okay, right? Where one thing good about formatable form is that it allows front-end editing of content. So whoever maintains this site, don't actually needs to go into the WordPress dashboard. It's just everything done through a form. Okay, because most of the work are being, done beforehand, right? Okay. So the site can also have a project subsite, and this is a project subsite, right? It's still the same block, it still belongs to the same block, but it's just, using the DV team to create sub pages, right? And that's where you can actually add assets to it, okay, or at least this is how we do it. Okay, so again, through a form like this, and it's dynamic, we create a dynamic form to show specific metadata fields of different assets, right? And on top of that, since it's interdisciplinary, okay, we actually place a lot of emphasis on how each project asset is being presented, okay, or how best can we present each type of assets, from videos to language data, etc. Right? So that's why we have a field that allows users to design a separate customized page, and we just add it in. Right? So, and then if let's say there's a customized page, you will use a customized page. So this is a comparison. By default, it's something like this, and this default layout is being used for across different asset types. Right, be it a video or is it a data set or etc. But in this case, we use a customized layout on the right, that you can display pictures better and some related videos. Okay. Okay, so this is actually another type of asset, which is a data set, right? So in this case, it's the collection of interview videos. Okay. So this is the main page. You can actually create another search filters where users can filter all the listing, right? And all these videos can be hosted on YouTube or Vimeo, okay, which have a detailed page like this. Okay, so since this is a linguistic kind of a data set, right? So it includes the video, okay, of the interview, okay, and then the transcript in 3 different languages, right? The original Abui language, in Bahasa Indonesia, and in English. Of course, linguistics of researcher, can also download the source file to conduct their own analysis, right? So collectively, okay, this actually provides a space, okay, to house all the projects that is created under DIHA. Okay, it also acts as a showcase platform for all the different assets that's being generated. Okay, and it also can act as a a website just to have basic information, right, to communicate or to educate and encourage future scholarship and collaboration, right? So I just want to wrap up. Okay, so in conclusion, WordPress itself is already a very versatile platform for us to implement different approaches of presenting content. I think this is very important in if you have an academic setting, right? You can explore different types of concepts. The new concepts like generous interfaces, right? All the different UI concepts, right? UX concepts, etc. Right? It's really allows us to experiment things. Okay. And with the use of the page builder kind of theme, right, it allows us to create customized layouts very quickly, and easily. Okay, the Formidable Form plugin allows us to have a standard way of creating and organized content in a blog. Okay, and it also extends the standard WordPress taxonomy of using categories and tags by creating additional fields for you to, slice and dice all your content. Okay, so together, okay, the theme, the page builder theme, and then the plugin, allow us to create layouts that we can explore to best represent the content. Okay. So moving forward, what can we do with this project? Since it's an ongoing project, right? Okay, I'll be creating something like this. It's called a researcher profile that links projects now to people. So imagine now each of the researcher will have a profile page like this, and then automatically pull the projects that have been done, right? So this is actually a screenshot of another project that I have done, right? It's a portfolio, and then you showcase the projects that she has supervised and taught, right? It's all done through Formidable Forms. It's really formidable. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, I think we cannot underestimate that, in the digital age today, there's so many tools out there, There's so many digital tools out there, right? So I've been exploring, some of them, right? And then I try to compile these findings, into a blog like this, right? These are the tools that you can actually use to add additional layers or visual layers to your WordPress blogs, right? So on the right, you can see one example. Alright, I actually use one of the tool called Timeline.js, and you can add a timeline at the top, right? So again, it creates, even though you have the same set of information, but it creates different views, different perspectives, different ways for people to look at your content, right? And they're all free, they're all out there, right? There's also mapping tools out there, which is we are going to use it in this project, right? Whereby we further explore the data, extract more relationships, and in this case, to look at how languages move from places to places, right? So this is a tool that I created from by I think Stanford University, right? So we are going to use all this, and then you can embed it in a WordPress blog, right? In terms of content-wise, there are so many image collections out there, right? And now you can have all these 3D images for you all to use. Right, so easily with all this content, you can change your WordPress blog into something like VR engine. I don't know, right? So I think WordPress is versatile enough for us to experiment and add many different layers to the blog. Be it whether it's content, whether it be information structure, or even layouts, right? So this is an example, right? I think by British Museum, you can actually download and or embed it in your blog. Right, so I'm going to leave it as is here, and that's all I have. Thank you very much, and open for questions. Yeah. Yes.
I understand that the project that you have, is hosted on the WordPress because that's what the school, the NTU has. I'm just wondering. Wouldn't a project of this kind of project, wouldn't a wiki serve a better function than WordPress? And if wiki works better, shouldn't you justify the use of wikis and WordPress?
Well, I think when you talk about this sort of projects, right, one first is that it really depends on the researcher. It depends on the requirements, right? Of course, if let's say wiki is the best platform to use, right, then why not? Right? Why must you stick to WordPress, right? But in this case, as you can see, there's so many different layers, and we can actually use it for exhibitions and all that, right? So we wanted something that is more interactive, more versatile, right? That's why we decided to go with WordPress in this case. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Is there anyone else with questions?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Hedren.
Okay, thank you so much.